Welcome to the Elite Classic 2nd edition. Elyona against Kaiser. This time Elyona playing as the French Kaiser, using the Abbasid dynasty. Civilizations that were staying classic this time. Last time was the Holy Roman Empire against Delhi. Now it's the French against the Abbasid. And honestly, if I'm honest with you, like, I haven't seen those in a while. Like, people are not really choosing French to play. Abbasid also. Probably civilizations that are not really... probably not as good as the new ones. Because you don't really see them. It's so hard for me to find games like that. But these two guys, you know, there is a system to choose which civilizations they will use, and they ban some civilizations and some others they don't ban. So we can have situations like this where sometimes you just play a civilization that you're not intended to play, but you know, it's like that's what you got. And anyway, it's a match between two different civilizations. The French, where, you know, they have the knights, they have the map control, and the Abbasid, where they're very economic. They get all the bonus later on because of their golden age gathering rate, 15% for all the resources, research speed, and a bunch of other things. So it's just so good for them to just stay longer in the game, get that second town center, even 3 town centers if it's possible. But I don't think it's gonna be possible against the French. Probably gonna be putting pressure early on. So most likely what we see is the Abbasid going for the military wing, get those units to defend, secure that second town center, and then if they want they can go for, you know, the culture wing or the economic wing later, if they want to spend more. You see Elyona already with 4 villagers. It's gonna be the School of Cavalry. And Kaiser, Johan. It's gonna be the economic wing, actually. A little bit of a risky move coming from him. Economic wing basically will give you a lot of discounts. Well, will give you, let me see, let me find it. It's here. Reduce the cost of economy buildings and houses by 25%, which is great. And, you know, some other things, but basically you want this one because you can get your second town center much cheaper. So potentially you can get like 3. And you're playing against the French, where, you know, it's just so hard to get. So it's a little bit of a bold move coming from Kaiser, going for that economic wing. Meanwhile, early wheelbarrow for Elyona already. Kaiser also going for wheelbarrow, not to get behind. Now he needs to gather enough gold before the night comes. So you need enough gold. That's why he put 4 villagers here. Later on, he will put them on the wood and the stone. The problem is how you're gonna get the stone. Where is the stone? The stone is in the front. Probably this one also, but very far. Both stones are really far from their base. That's unfortunate. Which is not the case for Elyona. A little bit of a unfair spawn here. Especially when it comes to tournaments, you want to be as fair as possible, but you know, sometimes you just, you know, you have to play with what you got, and in this case, Kaiser has the stone really far from his base, already putting the barracks here. Gotta get those spearmen out. Exchange for income per minute. The first knight is just going out. Let's take a look at where is the destination. It's gonna be in the middle here. I don't know if Elyona already scouted the base. I already have the scout here to be able to get some information about where are his resources. Knows the berries are exposed. Knows the gold's exposed, but the good thing for him is that the stone it's up front, and that's gonna be the challenge for Kaiser. How to get the second town center and not die trying. And most likely his answer is just gonna be, well, let's just spam Spearman. Like Elyona won't find anything yet. Gotta be careful, those villagers, you know, at the edge. Potentially, even if the TC attacks the Royal Knight, they can actually kill it. So, and actually get a villager here. Beautiful positioning coming from Kaiser. Just putting that Spearman there to block that Knight. One single Spearman can save the life of a villager here. Kaiser saving a lot of wood. Let's take a look at how much his town center is. Not this one. There you go. 300 wood, 263 stone. So he's gonna have a lot. Probably going for a third town center. I'm not really sure about it. We will see. Now with 3 Spearmen here. Actually, Kaiser, demonstrating you don't necessarily need to go for the military wing if you actually put your barracks. But be careful, you need more Spearmen. And looks like Kaiser will get a villager, manage to live another day. Takes those knights out just before. Spearman positioning in both sides. He's just gonna protect all those sides. Elyona not having any room for attack. We could potentially try here in the back. Let's take a look at his base. Already going for a second town center himself. Does Kaiser knows about this? We don't have the information about that. Just because the caster mode doesn't show the information you got here. So even if he doesn't, probably he suspects the French will go for a second town center, because that's usually what they do. You know, when you see 2 knights at this point and you don't see more than 4 or 5, probably it's like, okay, like he's not going all in feudal age. He's going for a second town center. And looks like Kaiser will manage to build his second town center. It's gonna be in the front, protecting the berries and the stone, which he will need later. Gotta be careful with the Spearman. Spearman not in position here. They have the B. They do have the B. It looks like this Spearman is still alive. Fortunately for him, the other Spearman didn't help him. Nice, trying to find something. Looks like they need to get away soon, otherwise they're just gonna get arrows from the town center. And those are enough Spearmen. A third town center coming from Elyona. A little bit of a greedy play, but you cannot expect less when you already have, you know, the economic wing. You want to use all those upgrades. You already have fresh foods, and those villagers cost very low. Has enough stone for a second town center. Stable going for Kaiser now. Meanwhile, Elyona already gathering their deer. His food eco is just gonna be very high with the deer. Probably, I'm sure of it, he already researched survival techniques. Yes, he did. A lot of villagers on gold. Producing only archers. 2 archery range already. Looks like he's not a big fan of producing knights. When you see that many spearmen, you just gotta produce archers. Like there's no other way. And the third town center is just gonna be in the back of his base. And with that, Kaiser is just gonna boom like a madman. +1 range armor coming from him. Let's see what he scouted. I have no information about it yet. Looks like Elyona will retreat for now. As gathering a lot of gold. Still producing knights, so looks like his plan. At this point he can, you know, potentially go castle, but his opponent will go castle really fast too. So probably a good idea would be like just to get all in. And that's probably a mistake from Elyona not to get all in at the beginning. just because his opponent was able to go for a third town center even without the military wing. Another spearman. Instead of defending, they went for attack and they just found a lot of archers here. Big wall coming in the east side of the map just to protect the gold, the deer. Potentially the wolf. Eventually needs to be killed, unfortunately. Knight numbers are starting to increase. Only 4 for the moment, not a scary number. Nothing to be afraid of at the moment. Like Kaiser will go for a raid now. We see that before in the previous match. He loved goes to raid, even with horsemen. It's like, I don't have knights, it doesn't matter. I just want to have some value out of this. But you gotta be careful, because if you split your army, you don't want to find this army here. Looks like Kaiser won't be very lucky here. He just want to find the town center and a couple of spearmen. Villagers very well protected. Also, they are going for this deer. Like the horseman will retreat. Elyona already building. Only one battering ram. He lacks the wood for making another one. Already 5 archery in production. Probably consider stop the archer production and then build another one. But now the battering rams cost less. Only 200 wood. So potentially you can get another one now. I really recommend to put 2 battering rams here. It's just gonna work much better for you. I'm not sure if 1 battering ram is just gonna be enough here. Especially when your opponent has this number of units. It's gonna be really hard to defend. Let's see if Kaiser is really interested in actually defending this town center. Looks like he's just gonna lose it. Looks like he's waiting for a horseman to come here. And he just gave up the town center. He's trying to flank with those horsemen. And unfortunately for Kaiser, the villager count is just not even equal. Even with 3 town centers, he just didn't have enough time for that to actually boom like a madman, like we said before. Now more horsemen coming for a raid. Chivalry going for the knights just to heal. Have some extra health here. Outposts already here in the gold. More units coming for Kaiser. Elyona very safe here with a little wall. Still having the villager lead here. Like it's just gonna be the eternal chase between those knights and the horsemen. Elyona has a very big army already, 55. The numbers are increasing. Let's take a look at his base. I already have 2 stables, 2 archery range, 1 barracks. Meanwhile, Kaiser has quite a lot. Actually, 4 archery range. It's gonna be archers with archers, basically. But his number of archers is not high enough. It's gonna be pushed away from the gold. That's his main gold. Still have some other gold in the back. Meanwhile, the spearmen are getting dented by those archers. Horseman numbers still very good for him. Gotta be careful. Don't want to lose this battle. Horseman is trying to flank the archers and looks like he will manage to do it. Manage to bring the knights back. spearman numbers not really good for Kaiser, only 5 of them. And 7 knights on the field. Town center not really attacking the units, not even in range. It looks like the horseman will clean those archer mass, but more units are coming here. It's gonna rally next to his base. Well played by Kaiser, Johan. Going for a counterattack? I don't think so. Not with five spearmen, right? Gotta be careful here, otherwise things like this happen. Couple of charges and you're dead. Meanwhile, Elyona with a lot of gold. It's like his macro was a little bit off for focusing on the battle. Not many spearmen coming from Elyona. Especially when you play against the French, just, you know, just go the spearmen. Go as many spearmen as you can, because that's really their best unit. And I think the only civilization French won't really use the knights, it's against the Ottomans, because they have the Janissaries. But it's not the case here. Now Kaiser already aging up with a military wing. Gonna get bootcamp, health of infantry at, of course, composite bows. He's really preparing for composite bows. Waiting for that moment. Quick wall coming here. To be a little bit safe. Villagers need to rush this wall, otherwise you don't want to have a raid here. Looks like this villager will go down. And another attempt for Elyona to enter into Kaiser's Johan base. Looks like the wall is gonna be completed. More units coming for Elyona. But so far, very far from aging up. Let's take a look at his base. No farm transition yet. Still gathering those natural resources. Golden Age tier 2 activated for Kaiser. I know Elyona decides to engage in a really pivotal moment for Kaiser, because he's just gonna get his upgrade soon. Does he have enough gold for all the upgrades? But for sure some of these units will get upgraded. And you don't want to fight here. And now the knights come. And now the archer numbers are really looking good for him, but you're dealing with knights. But spearmen are here. Archers not targeting really the other archers. No upgrades coming for Kaiser Johan. Actually, it's gonna get textiles first, just to make sure no villagers die. More archers coming for Kaiser. Crossbows already in the mix, 6 of them. No upgrades for Kaiser. And it's really bad to see when you just age up. You want to have the advantage as soon as you age up. Otherwise, you're pretty much in feudal age. Like, there's no reason for Elyona for not keep pushing, except for his military numbers. And now he's aging up with the Royal Institute. He's rushing it with 23 villagers. Already looking good in the villager department. Already at 100. He's ahead on villagers. Bootcamp and veteran see for the archers also coming. Looks like the knights won't be able to find anything. Castle Age already for Elyona. Let's take a look at which upgrades. It's gonna be veteran knights and royal bloodlines. That's pretty much the best upgrade you can get for your royal knights, especially when you get access to it in the Castle Age. But now those archers are veteran. and Elyona don't have enough gold to upgrade his archers. Already upgrading the spearman now. The spearman number is not a unit you want to use. You want to upgrade now. Have to use a very few spearmen compared to your archers, and your opponent, you know, don't have cavalry. You know, they have camels, but not exactly, you know, in big numbers so far. And also Gulams are starting to come here. Royal bloodlines not there yet. Veterans are already there. Need to get that royal bloodlines. Can change the complete outcome of the game. We have seen games where just to take the fight before the royal bloodlines was devastating for him. But looks like Kaiser will lose his front line, and he will be forced to run away. Composite bows just managed to kick in. But looks like those archers won't be able to do much against those knights. And just like that, Kaiser just losing a lot of momentum he had. He already went to castle first, upgrade his units, but he lost the front line. And now those Gulams are not, you know, as scary as before, because now his opponent has other trigger, and he will be able to deal with them. Now more archers coming for him. You need more spearmen at this point, especially when an opponent that age up with the Royal Institute is knights just gonna have a 310 health. That's really scary. Monastery already there for Elyona. Haven't managed to get any relic yet. Kaiser already getting the first relic coming home. Well, Campesons coming for the Abbey, which makes them really tanky. They have the best crossbows in the game. French actually a very scary civilization. The best knights, the best crossbows. But the best knights is actually debatable. You know, more civilizations have arrived, and now we have, you know, the Mount Samurai, or perhaps the Cataphract, but we're not really sure about that one yet. Like Kaiser will go forward, but this is not an army can actually take this one. Take a look at the army value. Elyona has almost 8,000 army value. Not enough spearmen. If you want to fight those, you're gonna have a bad time dealing with those veteran royal knights. And another engagement for Kaiser, but this time not enough spearmen. Crossbow numbers looking really good for the moment. Elyona losing a lot of knights. Frontline, it's about to die for him. Archers focusing on the crossbows. Knights are still there. And looks like Elyona is gonna lose his army again. Elyona managed to clean this up. Low attempt, not gonna happen here. Sneaky little monk getting that relic. Second relic. Well, the third relic already going for Elyona. It's one more in the map. It's gonna be in Kaiser's area. Now Kaiser just switching to horseman. It's because of the number of outlet here is just too much, but you know, typically the horseman will work against regular crossbows, but you're talking about a crossbow that has 6 melee armor, so they're just not gonna be as effective. There is a unit that is gonna be very effective here, and it's the Mangonel, and he really needs to rush it. But Elyona is already going for it. Mangonel's gonna be finished. He needs to protect that Mangonel. Managed to get a decent shot at the crossbows. main town center actually dealing good damage to those archers and crossbows. Knight numbers not really scary, but looks like the raid's gonna start soon. Our transition is starting for Kaiser. I'm gonna put a keep here, very defensive keep. Looks like Elyona is mixing some man-at-arms too. Take a look at his base. Pretty good, went for a farm transition. He's playing the no walls challenge. Already have a keep in his base. This is gonna boost in. Those production is gonna be cheaper. Well, the spearmen not gonna attack the right unit here, but you know, this is what you get. They realize, and you know what? I'm actually going back. And now Elyona going for a keep next to Kaiser's base. Meanwhile, more units for Elyona coming here. Crossbows. Crossbow number is getting really scary. Already 35. Let's start burning those farms. And the keep will be finished here. Elyona will be able to get those resources. Where we have plenty of gold. Probably has enough to go Imperial. Will he go Imperial? And it's gonna be the Red Palace. Let's see where he's gonna build it. I don't see it. Where's the Red Palace? I don't see it. Somewhere around the map, there is a Red Palace. Come on. I don't see it. Alright, I lost the audio for the moment. There you go. Anyway, it's a mystery, the Red Palace, which we couldn't find. We were a big wall coming for Elyona here. Red Palace. It's gonna be here. Very safe, next to his farms. Already got a university. We get those elite French knights. Kaiser also going for Imperial. Apparently he has enough resources to do so in a moment. But his opponent is already ahead. Has enough upgrades coming for him. Where Kaiser going for the trade wing, a map that could potentially open up for trade possibilities. Like he's going to, never mind, not building a trade. Couple of rams, gonna deal with that outpost. Alright, you gotta be careful here with this big boy here. Look at how fast he kills those units. You want to find another way to enter into Elyona's base. Meanwhile, a raid already happening. These are elite royal knights. These are no joke. Trade wing is gonna be finished soon for Kaiser. Well, walls getting burned in the south. It's a couple of units to harass. But looks like now Elyona is going for it. Already has 66 military units. His opponent has 90. You need to be aware of it. Sprinkles managed to take down the Mangonel. Second Mangonel went down. Now this elite outlet here. It has 7 range armor. Take a look at that. We have the buff. Now Kaiser reaching Imperial Age, gonna get those veteran archers. Not enough gold for him. Still lacking a little bit of gold. His opponent already put a keep next to him, and his raid production is just next to him. There's nothing you can do about this. And looks like Kaiser won't have enough units to push into Elyona's base. He's gonna be dealing with more harassment, but these units won't stop coming here. Now he's going for it. University at the front. Classic universities, always surrounded by dangerous neighbors. And Kaiser taps out. Elyona gets this match in the best of 3. They are 1-on-1.